Hello everyone, welcome to video class level 4 bridge course. I hope you all are ready for your video lesson. Today we are going to discuss about various discourses. Children, if you are watching this video class on your mobile phone, it is better to take snapshots and they will be useful for your preparation. Let us begin today's class. After listening to this class, students will be able to know about various discourses. Students will get the idea of major discourse called news report and two minor discourses called diary entry and invitation card. Students can construct different discourses on their own, either individually or in groups. As I said earlier, our first topic is how to write a news report. Let us go into detail. Children, I will ask you some questions before going into the topic. What is the importance of a news report? Where do you find news? What type of news do you find in newspapers? How many types of news do you find while reading the newspaper? Do you know the names of English daily newspapers? Yes, you are correct. We can find news in newspapers. News reports are found in newspapers. What is the use of news reports? Their purpose is to inform the readers of the world around them. The main newspapers published in English in our state are like Hindu, Deccan Chronicle, Times of India, Indian Express, etc. You can read different types of news in newspapers like sports news, accident news, crime news, political news, business news, educational and employment news, weather news, etc. A report is a factual description of an event or incident that has already happened. It gives more information in a few words. While writing report, we should not include our opinions or suggestions. We should be honest and truthful while reporting the news. The language is to be simple. There should be a minimum of 3 paragraphs. Generally, you are asked to write a report for a school magazine or for a journal or for a newspaper. Children, this is a magazine of a school and this is a journal of a school and these are newspapers. Newspapers are published daily, they are called daily newspapers, and a journal is written by experts. Magazines are written by journalists. When a school is publishing a magazine, that is called a school magazine. While writing a newspaper, you have to remember certain points. News report is to be written in past tense. Why? Because the incidents or events are already finished. Remember the structure while writing past tense. The structure of past tense is subject plus simple past form of the verb, that is V2 form. While writing a newspaper, don't use first person. You have to use third person like he, she, it, they, students, people, etc. Use indirect speech. Use passive voice whenever required. Passive voice simple past tense structure is subject plus was, were and past participle form of the verb, that is V3. If possible, include the quotes from the key people like an eyewitness or an expert. When you observe a news report, you can find that it has some specific features. It has different parts in the news report. A news report has 5 parts in it. Look at the format of a news report. First is headline, second is this is a date line, and third is lead paragraph or introduction, body of the news, then finally conclusion. Let us discuss about these 5 parts in detail. First one is headline. In headline you can find it is very attractive. The headline should be within word limit. You should use 5 or 6 words. You can use present tense while writing a headline. Third part of news report is lead paragraph. You can find the lead paragraph. It informs the reader of the most important aspects of the story as simple as possible. Headline is the first part. News report begins with a catchy headline. Usually a headline would have only 5 to 6 words. It tries to attract the interest of the reader by telling what is the story about in short and interesting way. Hence, children, imagine yourself, create an interesting headline and mind how many words are there in your headline. Next, second part of the news report is dateline. You can find the date and place of the news at the beginning. You can also add the reporter's name who wrote it with his or her designation here. Remember, it is not compulsory. This second part is called dateline. This is also called as byline. Then we move to the lead paragraph, third part. It can be called introduction of the story or article. It informs the reader of the most important aspects of the story as simple as possible. The lead paragraph is from the part of the story people read. To write the lead paragraph, use the 4W rule: who, what, when and where. Who is involved? Who is the article about? What took place? What happened? When did it take place? And where did it take place? If your article has a photograph, write a sentence explaining the photograph. Next is the body of the news report. It gives more details and provides more information about the event or incident in detail. It elaborates the lead paragraph and includes the questions. It answers the questions how and why, and includes why did it happen and how did it happen. You have to write at least 2 paragraphs in this section. Sometimes articles will include what a person like an eyewitness or an expert has said. Those quotations should be written between quotation marks. If you find a sentence with quotation marks in a newspaper, observe what was said, who said it, how are they related to the event. The final part is conclusion. In conclusion, summarize the end of the event with a positive note. Children, to write a good news report and to get good marks, having thorough knowledge of these 5 parts is very important. Now let us observe some news report in a newspaper. This is a news report. Observe the features of news report in this article. First, you can observe the heading. Then this is a date line. You can see the date and place here. This paragraph is lead line. It is introduction of the event. And then you can find the body of the news. It has 3 paragraphs. It explains the story in detail. And finally, this paragraph is conclusion. Let us analyze this news report now. This first part is headline, and you can see the date line, Jagitial, 12th September 2021, and headline is 57 killed as Telangana RTC bus falls into gorge in Kondagattu. It has less words, and then this is lead paragraph. You can see the lead paragraph what happened? At least 57 people were killed and 32 people were injured after a TSRTC bus fell into a gorge on Kondagattu Ghat Road in Jagityal district in Telangana on 12th September. You can observe here what happened, where the incident happened, what is the news about. This is a lead paragraph. Next, body of the news report. It has 3 paragraphs. What happened and what is the incident, everything is explained in this body of the news report. You can observe the voice tense in this part. You can see what is the news. 57 people including driver were killed when an overcrowded TSRTC bus fell into a gorge while on its way from Kondagattu temple to Jagityal on 12th September 32. People were seriously injured in the accident. The bus belonging to Jagityal depot had 88 passengers in total, was going via Kondagattu Ghat Road when the accident happened. According to eyewitness, there was a brake failure. Hence, the driver lost control of the bus at a sharp curve on the Ghat Road and the bus fell into the gorge. With the help of the local people, some severely injured passengers were immediately rushed to the Jagityal Government Hospital. The bodies have been shifted to the hospital for post-mortem. Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao expressed shock over the road accident. He announced 5 lakh rupees as ex gratia for the family members of the deceased. This is the conclusion paragraph. In the examination about this news report, you will be asked like this. It is the model question for this news report. You can be given date, TS bus of Jagityal depot fell into a gorge, 57 died and 32 injured, driver also died, 88 passengers total in bus returning from Kondagattu temple, driver lost control, brake failure, local people helped, victims rushed to the hospital Jagityal, and then using these items we have to write the news report as I explained. Children, now let us observe another news report. This is a news report. You have to observe the parts of this news report. What is the heading, what is the date line, what is the lead paragraph and the body of the news report and the conclusion. This news is published in the Hindu on June 25th, 2013. Let us see the parts of this news report. Mainly we have to observe the features of a news report. You can see the parts of the news report here. This is a date line, this is a headline, this is a lead paragraph, this is a body of the news report and this is a conclusion. Remember these parts and then you can answer well in the exams. Children, now I will give some examples for your practice regarding news report. Let us look at the examples. This is an example for your practice. Practice at your home. See the question for your further practice. You are the student of a government high school. As a secretary of your school cultural activities club, you visited a slum area in your city where the people suffered a great loss of life and property in a massive fire. The students of your school rendered their services and material help to the victims. Then write a report in 10 to 12 sentences for your school magazine, keeping in view the following aspects. Clues. When did it happen? Where and how did it happen? Who were the victims? Who helped you? What immediate help they received? Who were the people involved in the help? And write your suggestions and reactions. In the examination, it carries 10 marks. Let us look at another example of news report. You are Pratap or Akshaya, a member of Vasavi Welfare Association. You have organized an awareness campaign on COVID-19 in your locality. Write a report on the campaign for publication. Children, practice it at your home and you can use these details. where and when the camp conducted, who participated in the program, whose help have you taken, what precautions did you teach them, distribution of different materials like masks, sanitizers, etc. Children, our next topic is how to prepare an invitation card. Okay children, what is an invitation? The written or spoken form with which a person is invited is called an invitation. Children, what is an invitation card? An invitation card is a written or verbal request inviting someone to go somewhere and to do something. An invitation card is a request, a solicitation, or an attempt to get another person to join you at a specific event. When you ask people to attend a party, to visit your home, or witness your marriage, you invite them by giving them an invitation card. It is a most polite way of inviting someone by giving a card. The invitation card will act as a reminder to the person about the event, when and where it is. It also saves our time and energy giving the details when invitees are more in number. Remember one thing children, one who is giving invitation card is called the host, and one who is visiting the event or one who is invited is called the guest. Before going to draft an invitation, let us see the points to remember. The first one is contextual relevance and coherence. It should have a theme or event matter in it. It should reflect the theme and make sense as a whole. The second thing is proper sentence structure. It should have well framed sentence and should be written in brevity. The third thing is conventions of writing. We should follow punctuations and spellings. The fourth thing is persuasive language. It should have a good language which should appeal to the reader. And finally, layout and design. It should be attractive. A border line should be drawn. Attractive decorations are to be added. An invitation card has certain features. It should include name of the host who is inviting. You have to use standard expressions. Examples for standard expression are request the pleasure of your company, solicit your gracious presence, etc. Next thought is purpose of the invitation like birthday, wedding, housewarming ceremony, school annual day celebrations, shop opening, exhibition opening, etc. Name of the honoree or guests, name of the president of the event, fifth day, date, time of the event, name of the place or location. You have to give the telephone number or mobile number, and then you have to include any other relevant details. Don't forget to draw a border and attaching of decorations to make it more attractive. For example, we can draw candles, cakes, balloons, etc. for a birthday party. Children, now look at example of an invitation card. Observe the features of this invitation card. It has a heading with invitation, and what is the event? It is annual day celebrations. And who is inviting? The secretary, cultural club 𝗳𝗶𝗁𝗃 Mudigonda. Who are the guests? Who is the chief guest, and who is the guest of honor? Who is the president of the event, and who is giving welcome address? What are the programs conducted? You have to include the time. It is on 12th December 6 p.m. onwards. You have to include all these details in invitation card and make a border line. You can draw some pictures also. This is an expression. We request the pleasure of your company on the occasion of. In this way, if you prepare an invitation card, you will get good marks in your exam. Children, take some examples for your further practice at home. You practice invitation cards at your home. Imagine that your school is organizing annual day celebrations at your school. Design an invitation card on behalf of your school. Include the necessary details, date and venues, chief guest, guest of honor, program, and vote of thanks. Children, by using these details, we have prepared invitation card. In the same way, you have to prepare invitation card for other examples. Look at this example. You are Shyam Kumar. Your elder sister Vasanta is going to be married on 3rd August 2021 at AV Gardens, Devarkonda, Nalgonda district at 9:45 am. The bridegroom is Santosh. Prepare an attractive invitation card to invite your friends to your sister's marriage. The invitation card may be like this. Here the heading: wedding invitation, Vasanta, Santosh, bride and bridegrooms, venue, the time, place, and invited by Shyam Kumar. This is a cordial expression. You can observe the borders. Children, look at some other examples you can practice at your home. See this example. Your parents bought a new house. Your family decided to celebrate housewarming ceremony on Friday 21st April 2021 at 4 p.m. Prepare an attractive invitation card on behalf of your father to invite relatives and friends to auspicious housewarming ceremony. Include necessary details. It will carry 5 marks in your exam. Look at other example. Prepare an invitation card on the occasion of Independence Day celebrations at your school. Include the necessary details: date and venues, chief guest, guest of honor, program, and vote of thanks. Now children, let us move to the next topic, diary entry. Okay, I will ask you some questions. Children, what is a diary? Do you have the habit of writing a diary? What is the use of writing a diary? Do you know at what time generally people write diary? A diary is a record of personal events. It helps in preserving memories. By reading a person's diary, we can come to learn a lot about his individual qualities, his likes and dislikes, as well as the mode of his life. Therefore, it should be kept safely. By writing a diary, we may learn about ourselves as well. Maintaining a diary helps us to clarify our ideas. Maintaining a diary allows us to write about our achievements, experiences, as well as ideas or thoughts or feelings. Thus, a diary is a personal document of an individual to store his or her memories, thoughts, or feelings on daily basis. We usually write about the events of our day in the order they happened. In a diary entry, we should not write about our regular or routine activities like waking up, brushing, bath, when did you take breakfast, washing clothes, etc. We have to write important things about our achievements only. Before going to write a diary entry, let us look at the important points to remember. In the examination, in this discourse, your creativity, imagination, and expression are to be tested. The sentences in a diary entry reflect the mood of the writer. The way of expression, the language used is appropriate to the state of mind and expectations of the writer. Treat your diary as your friend. So you write your feelings or experiences in the diary as if you tell them to your friend. We often find self-criticism, introspection, and future plans in a diary entry. Address the diary as Dear Diary or Hello Diary, and you can leave at the end of the writing saying bye or good night. Saying bye or good night is not compulsory for the examination purpose. Don't forget to write important points only. Should be written in chronological order, in the order of their happening from morning to evening. Use past tense for writing diary as you are writing the past activities or events of the day. Be truthful and honest while writing. To write a diary entry, you have to observe the format of a diary entry. This is the format of a diary. On the top of the page, write day and date. Next, after leaving a space, you can find time and then salutation as Dear Diary after leaving a space salutation, that is dear diary or hello diary, and this is the body of the news report. You have to write your experiences about your feelings or your thoughts. After leaving a line, you can put your signature or write the name of the writer. Then look at the steps to write a diary entry. On the top of the page, write day and date. Next, leave a line space and then write time. Mostly people write the diary at night, so we have to write time as 7 p.m., 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. After leaving a line, write salutations. You can write dear diary or hello diary. Then leave a line and start writing your feelings or experiences. Use past tense while writing the content. Make your entries honestly and truthfully. Use first person only, that is I only. Write a proper conclusion in 1 or 2 sentences. If you wish, you can write bye or good night. After leaving a line, at the bottom of the page, left side, put your signature or write your name, or you can write both. Children, now look at one example. A boy named Nick, born with no arms or legs, joins the mainstream school where he was teased and bullied. Now imagine yourself as Nick's classmate and make a diary entry of your attitude towards him. Children, here there is a boy, his name is Nick. He was born with no arms or legs. When he went to school, he was bullied by his schoolmates. Then you are worried, you felt sad. You have to write your feelings in your diary. This is the diary entry made by James. So you can observe the features of this diary entry. Friday 15th June 2021. This is the date, day, and then 8 p.m. time, dear diary, salutation. Then this is the body of the diary entry and signature, James. Look at the parts of this diary entry. Day and date, this is time, this is salutation, this is the body of the diary entry, and here writer's name and signature. So how did he write? Today something unwanted happened. One of my classmates insulted Nick for his disability. He pointed out Nick's inability in running and in participating football match. Some other students also often insult Nick, but Nick took it easy. I feel very sad. I am sorry for Nick's condition. I could not help him in this regard. He is my best friend. He can do many things even though he has no arms or legs. Everybody should appreciate him, courage and positive attitude. I hope he may become a successful person in future. This is the diary entry. In the examination, you will get 5 marks for this diary entry. Children, look at another example of a diary entry made by some person. This is the date, Thursday 25th June 2021, time 9 p.m. Salutation, dear diary, and then body of the diary entry and then signature. Observe the body of the diary entry. Today was an exciting and an eventful day for me. It was a dream come true in every aspect. I had been selected as the captain of the school cricket team. My joy knew no bounds when my physical education teacher announced my name in school assembly in front of all teachers and students. I felt my tears on my cheeks as I was heartily congratulated by my teammates and friends. Now I just could not believe that I would now lead my team in inter-school tournament. I am very much thankful to God for his blessings. Here this boy is explaining about his feelings. He is very happy. Observe the tense and observe the structure, pronunciation, punctuations, etc. in this diary entry. Children, you have to practice more examples to get perfection. Now look at some examples. You can practice at home. Further practice. A boy named Nick was born with no arms and legs. Imagine yourself as Nick's father and make a diary entry or feelings on the day when Nick was born. This carries 5 marks. So children, practice at your home. Look at another example. Write a diary entry expressing your feelings of getting an award for the best student in school. Children, look at what we have learnt so far. We have learnt to write a news report. We have learnt to create an invitation card. We have learnt to make a diary entry. Children, I hope you have understood about this discourse.